Ladies and gentlemen, life often presents us with challenges, obstacles, and difficulties. It's easy to sit back and wish that things were simpler, that the road to success were smoother, or that the winds of fortune blew more favorably in our direction. But here's the truth. Wishing for an easier life is not the solution. Instead, the key lies in wishing you were better. What do I mean by that? The world doesn't owe you an easy path. The world doesn't owe you comfort. Success doesn't come from waiting for things to fall into place. It comes from the person you become in the process. The key to overcoming challenges is not in the circumstances, but in the growth you achieve through those circumstances. When you focus on improving yourself, your skills, your mindset, your discipline, you'll find that you can handle whatever life throws at you. You'll develop resilience, confidence, and the strength to push through. Don't wish for fewer problems. Wish for the strength, wisdom, and capability to face them head on. The road might not always be easy, but with each step you take towards bettering yourself, you're preparing for the success you seek. And one day, when you look back, you'll realize that it wasn't the easy times that made you great. It was the struggle, the growth, and the persistence that did. So don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Life is about growth, not ease. The challenges you face are not obstacles, but opportunities to grow. The key is to improve yourself through each experience. Success doesn't come from an easy life. It comes from becoming a better version of yourself. The more you improve, the better you can handle the difficulties of life. Your circumstances don't define you. It's your character, your mindset, and your actions that shape your life. Don't wait for things to change yourself. Wishing for things to be easier is a waste of time. Focus on improving your skills, your mindset, and your approach. Become a person who can handle the hard stuff. When you improve yourself, you build the strength to tackle any situation that comes your way. Growth is the path to success. Success isn't found in shortcuts. It's earned through continuous learning, developing new skills, and pushing yourself to be better each day. Take responsibility for your growth. Stop blaming circumstances or other people for your situation. If you want to change your life, you must first change yourself. Challenge leads to growth. The harder the challenge, the greater the opportunity for you to expand, develop, and become a stronger individual. Your future is in your hands. Don't wait for an easy life to come to you. Instead, develop the discipline, knowledge, and determination to create the future you desire. The journey is the reward. The process of becoming better, stronger, and wiser is far more valuable than any outcome. Embrace the journey and know that you are becoming the person you need to be for success. Life is not about avoiding the challenges or the struggles. It's not about finding the path of least resistance or hoping for everything to be easy. In fact, if you spend your time looking for ease, you're missing the point of life altogether. Life is about growth. It's about constantly evolving, learning new things, developing new skills, and becoming a stronger, better version of yourself. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow. Every difficult situation is a chance to improve your character, to test your abilities, and to discover strengths you didn't even know you had. If you want to be successful, you have to embrace this process of growth, because success isn't about taking the easiest route. It's about becoming the kind of person who can handle anything that comes your way. The idea that life should be easy is a misconception. You might get a few moments of comfort here and there, but the real value is in the growth that comes from facing adversity head on. It's in learning how to overcome obstacles, in developing resilience, and in becoming someone who is capable of achieving great things despite the challenges. When you're constantly growing, when you're always striving to be better, life becomes an exciting journey. The obstacles that once seemed impossible to overcome become stepping stones to greater achievement. You'll find that the more you invest in your growth, the less you'll need to rely on external circumstances to determine your success. You'll be ready to tackle anything with confidence because you'll have developed the skills, mindset, and strength to do so. So don't focus on making life easier. Focus on making yourself better. Your growth will take you farther than any shortcut or easy path ever could. And as you improve, you'll realize that the struggles you faced were simply stepping stones on your way to greatness. Life may not always be easy, but if you make growth your goal, you'll always be moving forward no matter what. Success doesn't come from an easy life. It doesn't come from sitting back and waiting for things to fall into place or hoping that everything aligns perfectly. In fact, the idea of an easy life is a myth. Life is filled with challenges, setbacks, and moments of difficulty, and these are precisely the moments that shape us and build our success. When things come too easily, you don't learn the lessons that hard work, perseverance, and resilience can teach you. True success is earned. It's earned through your willingness to put in the effort when things are tough, to keep going when others give up, and to maintain the discipline to do what's necessary even when it feels uncomfortable. The road to success is often paved with hard work, sacrifice, and countless hours of effort. It's about facing the challenges head on and learning how to navigate through them. Each obstacle you encounter is a test of your character, and how you respond to those challenges determines the level of success you'll achieve. Success also requires a mindset of persistence. The easy path may seem tempting, but it won't lead you to the life you truly want. To achieve something meaningful, you must be willing to step outside your comfort zone and do the work that others won't. It's about pushing through adversity and refusing to quit, no matter how tough things get. There's no magic formula for success. It doesn't come from luck or from waiting for things to be perfect. It comes from your willingness to face difficulties and grow through them. Every time you encounter a challenge, you have a choice. You can either wish for things to be easier, or you can rise to the occasion and get better. The more you choose to rise, the more success you'll build for yourself. The great accomplishments in life are not achieved by avoiding hardship. They're achieved by facing it and becoming better for it. Success is the reward for those who continue to move forward even when the road is rough. It's not about an easy life. It's about becoming the person capable of achieving your dreams, no matter how difficult the journey may be. Your circumstances don't define you. Too often we let our current situation determine who we are and what we're capable of. We look at the challenges we face and believe that they limit us, that because of where we are or the obstacles in our way, we can't achieve what we desire. But the truth is, your circumstances only define you if you allow them to. Where you are today is the result of the choices you've made in the past, but it doesn't have to be where you end up. You have the power to change your direction at any time. The most successful people in the world didn't get to where they are by letting their circumstances dictate their future. They got there by taking control, by choosing to rise above their situation, and by deciding that their circumstances were not the end of the story. They were just the beginning. No matter how difficult or limiting your current situation may seem, you have the ability to change it. Success is about what you do with what you have. It's about taking responsibility for your life and not letting external factors control your internal mindset. Your current circumstances might be part of your story, but they do not have to be your defining chapter. The key is to take ownership. Stop blaming the economy, your upbringing, your current job, or the people around you for where you are. These things don't have the power to limit your potential unless you give them that power. You are the one who gets to decide what your future holds. It's not about waiting for your circumstances to change. It's about changing the way you respond to them. When you stop allowing your circumstances to define you, you take control of your life. You start focusing on what you can change and take action, no matter how small it may seem. And over time, those small actions will compound and lead to bigger results. Remember, your circumstances might shape your starting point, but they don't dictate how far you can go. The person you become, the way you think, the way you act, the way you approach challenges is what truly defines you. And that's something you have complete control over. Don't wait for things to change. Change yourself. Too many people spend their time waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for circumstances to improve, or waiting for someone else to make a move before they take action. They think that if the right opportunity comes along, or if things align in just the right way, then they'll finally be able to achieve their goals. But that's not how success works. Success doesn't come from waiting for everything to fall into place. It comes from taking responsibility for your own life and making the decision to improve, grow, and evolve right now. If you want things to be different, you have to be different. If you want your life to improve, you must first improve yourself. The world around you may not change overnight, but you can change your mindset, your habits, your actions, and your perspective at any moment. The power is in your hands. You don't need to wait for the perfect conditions. The truth is, the perfect conditions may never come. The key is to start where you are, with what you have, and make the most of it. When you focus on changing yourself, you shift the way you see the world. You stop blaming external factors or waiting for something outside of you to change before you act. Instead, you take charge of your own development. You take the lessons from your current situation and use them to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. Don't wait for the stars to align. Make the decision to improve right now. Work on developing new skills, improving your discipline, expanding your knowledge, and taking more decisive actions. These are the things that will move you forward, not external circumstances. You see, when you change yourself, your circumstances begin to shift. When you become better, you start to attract better. The opportunities you've been waiting for might have been there all along, but you had to grow into the person who could recognize them, seize them, and make the most of them. So stop waiting. Don't wait for things to change around you. Take action. Change your mindset, change your habits, change your attitude, and change your actions. When you change yourself, you change your future. The moment you decide to take control and improve yourself, you unlock the potential for everything else to fall into place. And that's where real success starts. Become a person who can handle the hard stuff. Life isn't always going to be easy, and the sooner you accept that, the better prepared you'll be for what lies ahead. Challenges are inevitable, but what truly matters is how you respond when they arrive. The key to success isn't avoiding difficulty or trying to find a way around obstacles. It's becoming the kind of person who can rise to the occasion when things get tough. Handling the hard stuff requires more than just strength. It requires mindset, resilience, and a willingness to grow. It's about developing the emotional and mental fortitude to face adversity head on without being shaken. You don't need to be the person who looks for the easiest path. In fact, the greatest achievements come from those who are willing to walk through the fire, knowing that what they learn in the process is what will carry them forward. When you face difficulty, it's not just about surviving, it's about thriving in the face of it. The challenges that seem impossible at first are often the very ones that teach you the most valuable lessons. When you handle those hard moments well, you grow stronger, more capable, and more confident. You build resilience. You sharpen your skills. You learn to stay calm under pressure, think clearly in chaos, and remain focused when everything around you feels uncertain. The key to becoming someone who can handle the hard stuff is in developing your character. It's about creating a mindset that says, I will not back down. I will not be defeated. It's about building habits of discipline, focus, and determination so that when the storm hits, you stand firm and continue to move forward, no matter how hard it gets. But here's the truth. You can't avoid the hard stuff forever. It's a part of life, and the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can begin to prepare yourself for it. You can start by making small choices today that will toughen your character and make you more capable in the future. Develop mental toughness, take on new challenges, push through discomfort, and embrace growth. Each step you take toward becoming someone who can handle adversity makes you more equipped to handle even bigger challenges down the road. When you become a person who can handle the hard stuff, life doesn't get any easier, but it does become more rewarding. You learn that you have the strength, the skills, and the determination to navigate any storm. And when you face difficulties, you no longer see them as barriers. You see them as opportunities to become the person you were always meant to be. Someone who can handle anything and still rise above. Growth is the path to success. Success isn't a destination you arrive at by chance, nor is it something that happens overnight. It's a journey, and the road that leads you there is paved with constant growth. Success comes when you commit to becoming a better version of yourself each and every day. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or for someone else to give you the green light. It's about taking full responsibility for your own progress and pushing forward even when it's uncomfortable. The first step in this journey is to understand that success is a byproduct of personal development. You cannot expect to achieve extraordinary things if you're not willing to develop extraordinary skills, knowledge, and habit. It's easy to want success without the hard work, but growth is the foundation that supports everything you achieve. Every skill you acquire, every new idea you learn, and every bit of discipline you build gets you one step closer to where you want to be. Growth is continuous. It never stops. Every success you experience is built on the growth that came before it. If you want to move forward, you must embrace the discomfort of change, the challenge of learning new things, and the effort of developing new habits. When you improve yourself, when you challenge your current abilities and push yourself to learn more and become better, you unlock greater possibilities for success. In life, there will always be setbacks, failures, and challenges. But these are not roadblocks. They are opportunities for growth. How you handle these challenges determines your future. It's the person who learns from mistakes, adapts, and continues to grow that eventually finds success. Growth doesn't happen in a straight line. It's messy, it's unpredictable, and it's often uncomfortable. But if you are committed to becoming better every day, you'll find that each setback is merely a lesson in disguise, propelling you closer to your goals. Success isn't something you can achieve by sitting still. You must keep moving, keep learning, and keep growing. Success comes when you continuously push yourself to grow, and it's that growth that transforms obstacles into stepping stones. When you focus on improving yourself, the challenges you face no longer seem as daunting. They become just another part of the journey. So if you want success, don't look for shortcuts or easy answers. The path to success is paved with consistent growth, and it's the daily actions you take to better yourself that lead you there. Every day presents a new opportunity to grow, and each step you take on that path brings you closer to the success you desire. Success isn't just about achieving a goal, It's about becoming the kind of person who is capable of achieving anything. And that person is built through continuous growth. Take responsibility for your growth. It's easy to look around and blame external circumstances for where we are in life. We often point to the economy, our upbringing, our relationships, or even luck, and say, if only things were different, I would be successful. But the truth is, success doesn't come from waiting for the world to change. It comes from taking full responsibility for your own growth. The moment you take responsibility for your growth, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the architect of your own future. No one else can make you successful. No one else can push you to improve, and no one else can create the life you want. That's your job, and it starts with taking ownership of your journey. The power to change your life lies within you, and once you accept that, everything begins to shift. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that your growth is not someone else's job. It's not up to your boss, your family, or your friends to push you towards success. It's up to you. If you want to be better, smarter, more successful, then you have to take the necessary steps to make that happen. You have to commit to learning, to taking action, and to developing the habits that will carry you toward your goals. No one else can do that for you. But taking responsibility for your growth doesn't mean you have to do everything alone. It means understanding that you are in control of the choices you make. Every decision, every action, and every habit you form contributes to the person you're becoming. If you want to grow, you must consciously decide to invest in yourself. Whether that's through learning new skills, seeking out new experiences, or surrounding yourself with people who challenge and inspire you. Growth is a process, and it requires effort. There will be setbacks. There will be times when things don't go as planned. But when you take responsibility for your growth, you don't look for excuses or blame others for your failures. Instead, you learn from them. You adjust your course, you keep moving forward, and you get better because of it. Growth isn't just about succeeding, it's about learning to handle failure, learning to improve with every experience, and always striving to be better tomorrow than you were today. The key to responsibility is understanding that no one is coming to rescue you. Your growth is in your hand. When you take responsibility for it, you take control of your life. You make the decision to move forward, no matter how tough it gets. You decide that your future is worth the effort. And as you commit to that responsibility, you'll discover that the person you're becoming is far more capable than you ever imagined. So stop waiting for someone else to change things for you. Take responsibility for your own growth, and you'll soon realize that the life you've always wanted isn't just a dream, it's something you can create, one step at a time. Challenge leads to growth. It's easy to seek comfort, to avoid situations that push us outside our comfort zones, and to choose the easy path when we have the option. But here's the reality: growth doesn't come from the easy times. It doesn't come from doing what's familiar or from sitting back and taking things for granted. Growth comes from challenge. It comes from stepping up when things are difficult and demanding more from yourself than you ever thought possible. When you face a challenge, you're given the opportunity to expand. The things that seem hard or even impossible at first are the very experiences that push you to become stronger, smarter, and more capable. Each challenge you overcome adds to your knowledge, builds your resilience, and sharpens your skills. Without challenge, there is no real progress. Without challenge, there is no true growth. Think about the times in your life when you've grown the most. Were they the times when everything was smooth sailing, or were they the moments when you had to push through adversity? Most likely, it was the tough times, the challenges that taught you the most. They forced you to think differently, to work harder, and to push your limits. Those are the moments that shaped you into the person you are today. But here's the thing: challenges aren't something to be feared. They're something to be embraced. When you approach challenges with the mindset that they are opportunities for growth, you start to see them differently. Instead of looking at them as obstacles, you begin to view them as stepping stones to a better version of yourself. Challenges aren't setbacks, they're setups for success. Every challenge you face is a chance to develop the qualities you need to succeed: determination, creativity, resilience, and a strong work ethic. The beauty of challenges is that they reveal who you really are. They expose your weaknesses and show you where you need to improve. But they also reveal your strengths, the parts of you that you didn't know existed. When you push through a challenge, you discover how much more capable you are than you realize. And with each challenge you conquer, you become more confident in your abilities to handle whatever comes next. Life will always present challenges, and you can't avoid them. But rather than seeing them as roadblocks, start to see them as opportunities for growth. When you learn to embrace challenges, you stop feeling defeated by them. You start to see them as part of the process, as necessary steps on your path to becoming the person you're meant to be. So don't shy away from challenge. Step up to it, lean into it. Understand that every challenge you face is a chance to grow and become more than you were before. It's not the easy times that shape us, it's the challenges that test us, strengthen us, and ultimately make us better. Your future is in your hands. Too often we wait for circumstances to change, for someone else to give us permission, or for luck to finally come our way. But the truth is, the future you desire is not something that will just happen to you, it's something you must create. The power to shape your life and determine your future lies within you. You are the one who decides how far you'll go, what you'll achieve, and what kind of person you'll become. It all starts with understanding that the choices you make today will have a profound impact on the future you build. Every action, every decision, every habit you form today is a building block for tomorrow. The results you see in your life aren't random, they're the result of the patterns you've set in motion. And the good news is, you have the ability to change those patterns at any time. If you're not happy with where you are, it's time to take responsibility for where you're headed. No one else is going to create your future for you. People might influence your life, and circumstances may shape your experiences, but ultimately, it's your decisions that will determine your success. You're the one who chooses how you respond to the challenges you face. You're the one who decides what you'll learn and how hard you'll work. The power to change the direction of your life is within you, right now. The future isn't a mystery, it's a reflection of what you're doing today. If you want a future filled with success, happiness, and fulfillment, you need to start taking action in the direction of those things now. If you want to build a career, start learning the skills you need. If you want to have healthy relationships, start cultivating the habits that make you a better partner, friend, or parent. If you want financial independence, start managing your money wisely. The future you want is already being created in the choices you make today. Too often people put off their dreams, waiting for the right time, or for external circumstances to change. But the right time is always now. The moment you decide to take control of your future, you begin to take the steps that will lead you there. Every day is an opportunity to move closer to the life you want. The more consistent you are in your actions, the more your future starts to take shape. Don't give away your power by waiting for the world to change. Instead, change yourself, change your habits, change your mindset, and change the actions you take. Your future is a result of what you do now, and every small decision you make is a step toward the life you envision. Take responsibility for it. Understand that you have the ability to shape your own destiny, and the more intentional you are, the more your future will reflect the greatness you've worked to create. Your future is not something that happens to you, it's something you make happen, and it's in your hands to design, shape, and create. The journey is the reward. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that the goal is the most important thing. We set our sights on success, on reaching the finish line, and we think that once we get there, we'll have everything we've been striving for. But the truth is, the journey itself is where the real value lies. The lessons you learn, the growth you experience, and the person you become along the way are what truly defines success, not just the end result. Too often people focus solely on the destination. They think that once they achieve a certain goal, they'll feel fulfilled, happy, or successful. But what they don't realize is that when they get to the end of the road, they'll be looking for the next goal, the next thing to chase. This is because the sense of fulfillment doesn't come from the destination. It comes from the process. The small steps, the daily effort, the hard work, the failures and the triumphs, these are the moments that shape who you are and ultimately determine how satisfying the final outcome will be. Success is not a singular event, it's a series of moments, decisions and experiences that all come together to form a meaningful life. When you focus too much on the end goal, you miss out on the richness of the journey. The road itself is where the transformation happens. Every obstacle you overcome, every new skill you develop, and every challenge you face is part of the process that makes success worthwhile. It's the experiences you gather along the way that bring depth and meaning to the result. The beauty of focusing on the journey is that you can find fulfillment at every step. You don't have to wait for a particular moment to feel accomplished. Each day is an opportunity to improve, to get closer to your goals, and to enjoy the process of growing. The more you embrace the journey, the more you realize that it's the daily grind, the small victories, and the persistence that truly matter. When you start to appreciate the journey, you shift your mindset from one of scarcity, where the end goal is the only thing that matters, to one of abundance, where every step is a chance to learn, grow, and enjoy the process. Life is about progress, not perfection. It's about taking one step after another, even when the road gets tough,
in finding joy in the effort itself, rather than focusing solely on the destination. The journey is where you find your true purpose. It's not just about achieving the goal, it's about becoming the kind of person who is worthy of that goal. The character you build, the discipline you cultivate, and the resilience you develop are the true rewards of the journey. The destination may feel like a moment of success, but it's the journey that shapes you into the person who can truly appreciate and enjoy that success. So remember this, the journey itself is the reward. Embrace it, learn from it, grow through it, and in the end you'll realize that the most valuable part of the entire process was not the goal you achieved, but the person you became along the way.